But to this point, a lot of critics and even some Democrats say, there wasn't a lot about Hillary Clinton in that speech, that it was all about why not Donald Trump. Sure. There wasn't a lot of why Hillary Clinton. So that will come up in the campaign. And I think also a lot of Democrats question she needs a better or stronger, consistent economic message. But she was scathing in her criticism of Mr. Trump. She also tried to work in some humor. Here's just a little bit more.
Imagine if he had not just his Twitter account at his disposal when he's angry, but America's entire arsenal. Do we want him making those calls? This is not someone who should ever have the nuclear codes, because it's not hard to imagine Donald Trump leading us into a war just because somebody got under his very thin skin.
And again, we know this about Mr. Trump. He is a consummate consumer of this campaign and its news. On the campaign trail in California, he says, no, I have perfect temperament to be president.
There's nobody with a better temperament than me. I have a temperament for winning. I really believe I have the greatest temperament there is, and the temperament that this country needs at this time. My temperament is totally controlled, so beautiful. I built an unbelievable company. I did so many great things.
Will we get to taxes and spending and Social Security and education, or is this going to be, she says he's awful and he says she's worse, and she says you may not like me, but you should like him less?
Well, look, the Clinton campaign believes they finally discovered his weakness after really months or at least weeks of sort of bumbling around trying to find the right cutesy nickname. Right. And a lot of Democrats have been very nervous seeing some of the early general election polling and watching the Clinton campaign struggle to find an effective message against Donald Trump. A lot of Democrats breathing a sigh of relief after the speech this week, feeling like she has finally found the focused message against him. And look, a lot of these polls show that voters do think that Trump would do a good job with the economy, right, and even with national security. It is the temperament that they have questions about. So she's zeroed in on what she perceives to be his weakness.
It's a great point you make, because I know, especially the state of Michigan, Democrats have been complaining for weeks to the Clinton campaign. You don't understand. We think Donald Trump's a lot stronger out here than you think. And I saw Debbie Dingell quoted in recent days saying there was very reassuring, the speech was to Democrats in Michigan, that she's finally getting her legs.
On the foreign policy point, one important thing, that was also an effort to try to go after some of those Republicans, too, who are also nervous about Donald Trump as commander-in-chief. You saw a lot of the folks in the Republican foreign policy establishment really are not quite sold that Donald Trump does have the temperament or does have the knowledge or can actually handle being in charge of the United States military. So that was also part of their strategy there, even if she did not talk about anything about herself or give any new proposals.
But if you're looking for a hopeful message in this campaign, I think we're going to be looking under rocks and whatnot.
Wait till 2020.
Well, yeah, exactly. Wait till 2020.
Yeah, to that point, you mentioned hopeful message. Mr. Trump, in firing back to Hillary Clinton, I think you mentioned this a bit earlier. You heard him there. He brought up Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. He brought up past things. He also, on the trail this week, said Hillary Clinton doesn't belong on the campaign trail. She belongs somewhere very different.
Hillary Clinton is missing 30,000 emails. They've been deleted. 30,000. 30,000 emails. I will say this. Hillary Clinton has to go to jail, okay? She has to go to jail. Has to go. That was a phony hit job. She's guilty as hell.
Tell me what he really thinks.
Well, these are two of the both candidates are historically unpopular nominees. So the question is going to be who is less popular at the end of the day. It's not who's going to be the one who's winning over all these voters. It's who's less bad.
And each of them gets that. And so they're piling on the opponent constantly to keep the other opponent down. Whether anyone can get up, we shall see.